Dashboarding Word. Revealing the right tools for the right job right now. Part 3. Templates to tackle your troubles. Presented by the Civil Rights Office of the Texas Health and Human Services Commission. Introduction. In Part 1 of Dashboarding Word, The Ribbon Untied, you learned how to download, install, and customize the HHS Reports ribbon. Then, in Part 2, 2 Panes to Ease Your Pain, you learned how to take advantage of the wasted space on both sides of your document by using the navigation pane and the styles pane. Now that you've learned how to set up and use the powerful Word dashboard, you're going to discover how templates and themes can standardize the formatting of all your reports. By using the dashboard, templates, and themes together, you'll ensure every report you produce follows the HHS branding guidelines and meets accessibility standards. Scenario 1. On your own. In order to experience the effect templates can have on your documents, we'll go through a couple of scenarios. In our first scenario, we'll assume that you're an expert at writing documents and using styles to format them. We'll also assume that you are the only contributor to the creation of this document. In another video, we'll focus on combining contributions from multiple team members. Let's begin by reopening the Texas Medicaid Drug Donation Study Report. This document has proper structure. It has headings, bullet lists, and paragraph styles. But it uses the MS Default Normal template instead of the HHS Reports template. So right now, it's fairly accessible. But without the HHS Reports template loaded, it doesn't match the HHS branding guidelines. The HHS branding guidelines not only help to ensure consistency of documents across departments, it also increases the accessibility of your document by using larger fonts, weights, color contrast, and a whole lot more. Download the HHS Word template. If you don't already have the HHS Word template, you can download it from the HHS extranet. Before we download the template, we need to find out where Word is storing our template. In Microsoft Word, select the File tab. Select Options from the File menu, and select Advanced from the Word Options menu. Select the File Locations button. It's towards the bottom of the Advanced Word Options. From this list, select the User Templates file type. Click the Modify button. In the Modify Location window, right-click on the Address Entry field at the top of the window and select Copy. Since we only want to find the template's location and not actually modify it, we'll select the Cancel button. Now close the File Locations window by selecting the Close button, and finally cancel out of the Word Options window by clicking the Cancel button. Now we're ready to download the HHS Word template file. I'm going to use Internet Explorer so that I'm prompted for a file save location later. Now we need to open the HHS Connections page. It's probably already set as your home page, but in case it's not your home page, go to hhsconnection.hhs.texas.gov. Select the Communication Services link or icon. Now, under the Communication Services section, select Templates. Scroll to the bottom of the Templates page. Just before the footer of the page, 3 file links are available: HHS Word Template, Basic Instructions for MS Word, HHS Word Template, Full Instructions for MS Word, and HHS Word Template, No Instructions, MS Word. Feel free to download the Full Instructions template and open it as you would any other Word document to read about writing your first document using this template. The Full Instructions will present a lot of details on maximizing the use of templates. Since our document in this scenario is already complete, we're going to download the HHS Word Template, No Instructions template. If you're using Internet Explorer, you'll be prompted, what do you want to do with the HHS template for reports noinstructions.docx? Choose the Save As option. Since we copied the templates location before we opened our browser, we can paste this location in the address field by right-clicking on the address field and selecting Paste. Then just press Enter on the keyboard. You should see that you're in a templates directory. Now simply click the Save button and the HHS template will be ready to use. Attach a template to a document. A template is a collection of styles and custom content suited to a specific kind of document. The HHS Reports template is customized for the task of creating a report. In this case, our report has already been created using the styles that come with Word. By attaching our custom template to the draft report, we can change the appearance of every bit of the text that is formatted with a style. Now, it looks like any Word document. But when we're done, in a matter of just a few seconds, it will look like the body of an HHS report. That's pretty amazing, if I do say so myself. In the HHS Reports tab's Structure group, click the Templates command. The Templates and Add-ins dialog box opens. Under Document Template, you should see Normal. Normal is the default Microsoft template. So whenever you think you've created a document using no template, you've actually been using Normal. To find the new template, click the Attach button and navigate to select the template that you want to attach. In our case, it's HHS Template for Reports, No Instructions. Once you've selected it, click the Open button. The entry under the document template has changed to HHS Template for Reports, No Instructions. This step is very important. Below the document template field, select the Automatically Update Document Style checkbox. Then, click the OK button. The headings and text in the document now look like an HHS report. Save your document. One feature of an HHS report is that the main headings are numbered. In the HHS Reports template, this numbering is built into the style we use for main headings, which is heading 1. But something's wrong here. The executive summary is numbered 1, even though it isn't part of the report itself. Let's fix that. Look at the Styles panel. In addition to heading 1, which is numbered, there is a new style that doesn't exist in the normal template called Heading 1 No Numbering. Except that it isn't numbered, it looks just like Heading 1. Make sure the cursor is in the heading for the executive summary. Then, click Heading 1 No Numbering. Wow, the number is gone. Now look at the navigation pane. Introduction used to be number 2, and now it's number 1. All the other main headings got renumbered too. One of the hassles of creating a report is getting the numbering of sections to work. In our HHS Reports template, you don't have to worry about that. The numbering is built into the heading style. Another vexing problem with reports is getting bullets in the lists to behave. Bullets that should be the same can be just different enough to annoy the people who matter. To make bullets consistent in our reports, we assign them through a style, list bullet. Find each bulleted list in the document. Select all the items in the list, and then click the List Bullet style in the Styles pane. Notice that the bullet characters change. If you use the List Bullet style, even when you're working with the normal template, this change will happen automatically when you attach the HHS Reports template to your document. Add additional pre-formatted contents to the document with ease. Let's turn our attention to adding additional content to this document to see how it gets affected by the presence of a new template. Add document properties. In the File Tools group, select the Properties command. In the Document Properties panel that appears, add or modify the author, which should be the agency name. In this case, the author is the Department of State Health Services. The title field is simply the title of the document. It may or may not be the same as the name of your Word file. The title field is important to us because it's used by assistive technology, like JAWS, to announce the name of the document to a user. In this case, the title of the document is
Texas Medicaid Drug Donation Study.
Once the property information is entered, click the small X in the document panel to save the information and close it. Add Table of Contents, TOC, with Quick Parts. Quick Parts is a feature of Word that makes it easy to add standard features to all your documents. Quick Parts are saved in the template. Our HHS template includes quick parts that are standard components of our reports: a cover, a table of contents, and more. Let's add a table of contents. In the Layout group, click Quick Parts and scroll to the HHS TOC Quick Part. And then right-click and select Insert at the Beginning of Document from the menu. Caution: make sure that you right-click, not just click, on the quick part. Right-clicking gives you the choice of where you want to insert the quick part. Clicking inserts the quick part right where the cursor happens to be. Notice how the table of contents was created based on Heading 1 and Heading 2 levels in the document. Notice that a page break was added for you to force the heading to the next page. Add a cover with quick parts. Now let's add a cover, also using a quick part. Click the quick part command again, but this time right-click Cover Ledge Report and select Insert at the Beginning of the document. Then make the following edits. Change the title, legislative reference, agency name, and put on the date. Add a theme. To make our documents more adaptable, we use a theme to set the HHS brand colors and fonts. In Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, a theme is a tool for designating 3 features of your document. the font to be used for headings, the font to be used for the body of the document, and a color scheme, in our case, the HHS brand colors. By using a theme, we make it possible for people who need different fonts or colors to adjust our document to their needs. All they have to do is change the theme. This report is using the standard theme Microsoft offers. Office lets you change it to a theme built just for HHS reports. Click the Design tab and then click the Themes drop-down menu. Select the HHS Reports theme from the drop-down menu. Notice how both the fonts and the color schemes have changed. Before, we had Microsoft's favorite heading font on a black background. After that, we have a heading font for HHS Reports that is Rockwell on a deep blue background. If you don't see the HHS Reports theme in your theme choices, call the help desk and they can help you install it on your computer. Save a PDF file. After the document has been structured correctly, the last step to take, if you need to convert it to a PDF file, is to save it as a PDF document. Since this document has only text, it should convert to a PDF format with little to no remediation for accessibility. Save your current document, then click File and Save As from the menu. In the Save As dialog box that appears, select PDF from the Save As Type dialog box. Click the Options button at the bottom of the dialog box. In the Options dialog box that appears, select the following options in the Include Non-Printing Information section. Check Create Bookmarks Using, and then select the Headings radio button. Check Document Properties, and then check Document Structure Tags for accessibility. Then click the OK button. The document will be saved in the same folder as the Word document with the same name, but with a .pdf extension. Conclusion. In this video, you learned how to use templates and themes to standardize the formatting of all your reports. By using the dashboard, templates, and themes together, you'll ensure every report you produce follows the HHS branding guidelines and is well structured. Always remember that a well-structured document is easier for everyone to read and will also be more accessible for people using assistive technology, AT, such as screen readers and other devices.